Most horse owners think cleaning the hoof every day is enough. That's not it. The truth is, you could be cleaning your horse's hooves perfectly every single day and still be setting them up for permanent damage. In this video, we're breaking down what's actually happening inside the hoof when trimming gets ignored, why one missed cycle can change the way your horse moves forever, and the one thing a farrier checks that almost no owner ever notices. Stay until the end, because the final point is the one most people never even think to ask about. Point number 1. The hoof never stops growing. Picture this. Your horse looks fine. He's eating well, walking around the paddock, no limping, nothing alarming. So hoof care feels optional this month, maybe next month. Most owners think if the horse isn't limping, the hoof is fine. That's not true at all. Here's the reversal. The hoof wall never stops growing. It doesn't pause because the horse looks comfortable. It doesn't slow down because you're busy. A domestic horse's hoof grows at roughly 1 centimeter per month, continuously, whether you trim it or not. That number sounds small until you realize it adds up every single week, with nothing naturally stopping it. In the wild, horses cover long distances every single day across rough terrain, and that natural wear keeps the hoof balanced on its own. Domestic horses don't get that. They stand in paddocks, in stalls, on soft ground. There's nothing wearing the hoof down at the same rate it's growing, so the hoof just keeps building up. Length the horse was never designed to carry. This is why farriers call it a mismatch, not neglect. The biology hasn't caught up to how we keep horses today. A horse roaming 10 or 20 miles a day in the wild is grinding the hoof down naturally with every mile. A horse standing in a paddock for most of the day simply isn't getting that same natural correction, no matter how good the footing is or how much turnout time he gets. And here's something a lot of owners don't think about. It's not just about length. As the hoof grows unchecked, it doesn't grow perfectly straight or even. One side can grow slightly faster than the other, the toe can flare outward, the heel can underrun. None of that requires the horse to be limping for it to already be happening. Personally, I think this is the part most owners get wrong without realizing it. They're not ignoring their horse, they just don't know the hoof is quietly changing shape every single week, even when everything looks normal on the outside. Point number 2. One missed trim cycle changes how the horse moves. Now here's where it gets serious. A lot of owners assume a missed trim is a small delay. A few extra weeks won't matter, right? That's exactly the mindset that gets horses hurt. The truth is, one missed trim cycle is enough to change how your horse's entire body moves. Researchers studying farrier intervention found that trimming significantly changes hoof angle, and even small shifts in heel length were directly correlated with measurable changes in stride pattern, head movement, and pelvic movement during the trot. That's not a small cosmetic detail. That's your horse's entire gait shifting because of growth you couldn't see from across the paddock. Think about what that actually means. Every step your horse takes is a chain reaction, from the hoof, up through the pastern, the fetlock, the leg, into the shoulder and hip. When the hoof grows unevenly or too long, that chain reaction gets thrown off balance. The horse compensates without you noticing. He just quietly adjusts his stride to manage the discomfort. This is exactly why some horses seem to suddenly become a little stiff, a little hesitant under saddle, with no obvious injury anywhere. Owners call the vet, run blood work, check the saddle fit, when the real answer might be sitting right there in an overdue trim. The body adapts to bad mechanics so gradually that by the time you notice something is off, the horse has already been compensating for weeks. And that's the part that worries me. Horses are incredibly good at hiding small pain. They don't limp until the problem is already significant. By the time you see a visible limp, the hoof has likely been out of balance for weeks, sometimes longer. I'll be honest, this is the point that changed how I think about trimming. It's not a beauty appointment. It's the foundation every single stride is built on. But here's something most owners have never even heard of, and it has nothing to do with how long the hoof is. It's about what's happening on the inside of the hoof capsule, completely invisible from the outside. We'll come back to that in a moment because it might be the most important thing in this entire video. Point number 3. The hidden link between overgrown hooves and laminitis risk. Let's talk about the fear most owners have but rarely say out loud. Laminitis. Most people think laminitis only happens to horses that are overweight or grazing on rich spring grass. That's part of the picture, but it's incomplete. Here's what's actually going on inside the hoof. There's a difference between hoof capsule rotation and coffin bone rotation, and most owners don't even know these are two separate things. Veterinary research on laminitis recovery shows that hoof capsule rotation, the outer structure shifting position, can largely be corrected with one or more proper trims. That's the part that gives me hope every time I learn about this. A skilled, well-timed trim isn't just maintenance. It's actively realigning structures that protect the coffin bone from rotating further. But when trims are delayed and the hoof grows long and unbalanced, that protective realignment doesn't happen. The hoof capsule drifts further out of position, and that adds unnecessary strain exactly where the horse can least afford it, right at the connection holding the coffin bone in place. This is also why a horse recovering from a laminitis episode needs farrier visits far more frequently than a healthy horse, sometimes every few weeks instead of months. The trim becomes part of the treatment itself, not just maintenance around it. Each careful trim nudges the hoof capsule a little closer to where it needs to be, protecting the coffin bone from further movement. This is why I get a little frustrated when trimming gets treated as appearance maintenance. It's not about how tidy the hoof looks. It's about giving the internal structures of the foot the support they need to stay in the correct position. A horse can't tell you this is happening. The hoof does it silently every single day you wait. Point number 4. Why the trim interval isn't one size fits all. Now here's a mistake I see constantly. Owners comparing their horse's trim schedule to someone else's and assuming one of them must be doing it wrong. That's not how this works at all. A horse that's lightly worked or not ridden at all can typically go 10 to 12 weeks between trims, but a horse in regular riding work often needs attention every 5 to 7 weeks. Same species, completely different needs, because workload changes how the hoof wears and grows. So if your neighbour's horse gets trimmed every 5 weeks and yours goes 10, that doesn't mean you're neglecting your horse. It might just mean your horse's lifestyle calls for a longer interval. The real mistake isn't picking the wrong number. It's never asking your farrier what interval actually fits your specific horse's workload. Conformation and growth rate. Season matters too. Hooves tend to grow slower in colder months and faster when the weather warms up. So even the same horse might need a slightly different interval in winter versus summer. A schedule that worked perfectly in July might quietly stretch too long by January if nobody adjusts for it. I think this is where a lot of guilt creeps in for owners, and honestly, most of it is unearned. You're not failing your horse by trimming on a different schedule than someone else's. You'd only be failing him by never asking the question in the first place, or by assuming last year's schedule still fits this year's horse. Point number 5. What the farrier's hands are really checking for. Remember what I mentioned earlier, the thing that has nothing to do with hoof length. Here it is. When a good farrier picks up your horse's foot, they're not just measuring length, they're checking balance, whether the inside and outside of the hoof are bearing weight evenly. This is called medial lateral balance, and it's something almost no owner ever notices, because you can't see it just by looking at the bottom of the hoof from a normal standing angle. An unbalanced hoof can look perfectly normal to an untrained eye. No visible cracks, no obvious overgrowth, nothing dramatic, but underneath, the weight is landing unevenly with every single stride, slowly stressing one side of the leg more than the other. Over months, that small imbalance can quietly translate into joint strain the horse never asked for and never could have prevented on his own. This is, to me, the most overlooked moment in the entire hoof care routine. The farrier's hands resting on the hoof, quietly reading information your eyes simply can't access. It's not dramatic. There's no visible drama to film, no obvious before and after, but it might be the single most important few seconds of the entire appointment. I find something genuinely moving about that. The horse trusts a stranger to lift its leg, hold its full weight balanced on 3 legs, and quietly assess something it has no way of communicating itself. That quiet trust, repeated every single trim cycle, is easy to miss if you're only watching for something dramatic to happen. So if you've been thinking hoof care just means daily cleaning, I hope this changed how you see it. Let's bring it all together. The hoof never stops growing, whether you trim it or not. One missed cycle can change your horse's entire gait before you ever see a limp. Hidden hoof capsule rotation can quietly put pressure on the coffin bone. The right interval depends on your horse's workload, not your neighbour's schedule. And the most important few seconds of any trim might be the balance check nobody ever talks about. The length matters, the interval matters, but the balance, the part you can't see just by looking, might matter most of all. Next time your farrier is out, watch their hands a little closer. You might start noticing the quiet work that's actually keeping your horse sound. What's your horse's current trim schedule? Drop it in the comments, I'd love to know.